Who would like to remind everybody what we did last time on Waterdeep Dragon Heist?
If it's not noticeable, I'm pointing to Portia.
I am not allowed to give recaps.
We shopped. Period. End of story. Fast forward to today.
Documents were signed. Guilds were appeased.
Yeah, we were given a lot of gifts from the Fire Genasi and Water Genasi, AV, and
Emmerich.
They paid for all of our contracts with all the guilds to get a tavern up and running. Ardan went around and thought of some loose ends to go tie up for the building, like getting a sign for the building, like getting other accessories for the building. He may or may not have run out of funds to pay for everything, so he has to come back and talk to certain people about funding it. But he's been doing that, and he actually went to the town criers and worked on getting it set up so that they can advertise over the next week before we begin our tavern.
I'd also like to give a special shout out to Doug Sweetass that brought Avery and Emmerich in to fund our little invention. Appreciate you, Doug.
I just want to be clear, I'm very much in support that it wasn't the women that were used as sex objects, that it was Doug with a U.
Doug with a U.
Just
that's
putting it
correct.
out there. Yes.
You have to spell his name correctly.
Yes, for all of us women out there in the D&D world, even though we're not women in real life, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good job, Doug with a U.
I'm
Just don't
trying to
forget
be
the safe word, Doug.
Just trying to be neighborly.
We also had discussions on the best arrangement of using Potter with Tegan and the rest of the party in the inn, and those are very important discussions.
Yeah, that was a very important discussion.
Yep.
Some tears were shed during that.
Mainly by Tegan?
Yep.
So some of you went and looked at the Quins, verified they are gone, talked to one of the local guards who was kind of eyeing you and then approached you saying, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you snooping around? Some quick discussion was had, and it was promised and told to spread the word about one free drink when the Troll Skull Tavern opens up. And the guard happily replied that he will pass the word. Another one of you took leave to get shopping done, as the generic outfit just did not suit his taste. And Leaf and Jasmine had a little discussion, and his style seemed to be of older times, definitely nothing new, as that is the things that he recognizes. One of you stayed behind to greet the individual guild people who may be showing up today, as was hinted by the blacksmiths. One went to a rather dark temple. Not dark as in evil, just pure dark black temple. Got some additional information about what was underneath Waterdeep Mountain as to what could potentially be now set free. In addition to starting an expedition that the temple will undertake, as they are not for the undead in any way, shape, or form, blaspheming the rites of death, as that was a church of the Raven Queen. And then our new ally to the Wayward Souls, Arden, just trying to do different business sense things. Went and talked to the carpenter about a large sign to be erected on the northern side of the building, as well as he wants to find out more about the Colosseum information that was whispered about, and he got some advertisements potentially done. Now, he and I did that behind the scenes so that we can start today with all of you coming back to the tavern so that you all could be all discuss what you have figured out.
Oh, one last thing you missed about last week is a certain Portia who was awaiting everybody had a visit from an unknown entity.
But you don't know I had a visit.
I'm just letting you catch up. I'm letting the people catch up to last week.
There was an entity, that's correct, that visited her and hinted at the potential loss of her soul should she keep going down the path that she was going, and that there might be a better balance out there somewhere close.
I guess we're just gonna leave that. So yeah, once everybody gathers back, Arden's gonna discuss a couple of the things that he found out over his travels of the city. He kind of thought about this. He says one of the last things I've already gotten a lot of things done and spent a good bit. We'll be having beds and trunks in every room for everybody. We're gonna have a good handful of beds for everybody. If you want more furniture, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to purchase more furniture from the carpenters. They'll be up here soon. We got a big sign. It's gonna be awesome. But the one thing that I couldn't afford by myself anymore, I've spent quite a bit of money, is a safe. We need a safe for our funds because you know how big this city is. There's going to be a lot of thieves in this city. So I talked to them, to the fire tiefling and God, Genasi, my brain is. I spoke to Avi and he said it would be around 75 gold. If we could come up with that, it'd be really helpful. And they can set it up to where one side has copper pieces, one side has silver pieces, one side has gold pieces, and it's like 3 sections, and you just slide them into the slot, and then at the end of the day, you open the door and you have them separated, so it helps out. And it would be really helpful for us. I think we need a really good lock. They said if we want a really fancy lock, it'd be more expensive. So it's up to y'all how expensive we want to get with this thing, but it starts at 75 gold.
What about Cade's belly?
That's true, but
Kate, like, there's nothing else in Kate's belly. You took it all out.
That's what I'm saying. We could put stuff in.
Kate. Oh.
I think
Oh.
Cade's
Leaf.
belly,
It's leaf now.
Cade's belly can hold the key, but I fear that putting hundreds of coins would make him at least jingle or something. I mean, it'd be pretty obvious, and he can't hold infinite coins, and every time he has to put coins in, he has to open things out, they'll just be spilling all over the floor. I think the safe is a bit more reliable. We don't need to be
If my
cheap about.
parents used a bank account, we could make deposits at the Bank of Waterdeep.
That's a good statement. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Just a thought.
I just think it's safe because we're not going to be going to the bank every day, is my opinion. So
I hear Doug has a very large prison suitcase.
Prison purse. Well, it may be a suitcase, but.
I don't want to be responsible for taking all that to the bank.
we should use a safe.
Well, I mean,
It's just my opinion. Being
It's
practical.
up to you. Like I said, at my parents' shop, they kept a small, tiny little safe and just would make nightly deposits. That's all.
Arden, I love your optimism on our new venture to be
Mhm.
able to hold an infinite number of coins. This is
We're gonna make money. Don't worry, I already got it set up with the advertisements.
man,
Look,
By the way,
I've
Karen,
got the best idea for saving money. You just drink a lot and spend your money.
but that's you don't need to spend for drinking anymore because you have unlimited alcohol.
Challenge
not-
accepted.
That's not.
I did one thing that with the advertisements. I promised that Kaylin Quinn would be singing opening night, and people.
So you got that stage ready?
Yes, actually, I have that getting handled, but I didn't. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Okay, good. I'm
But,
surprised. Pleasantly. Can Doug and Adnan perform?
Well, I didn't advertise them, but whoever wants to perform can perform. But I did say it's 5 gold to reserve a table. So
Are you prepared? Have you ever seen her perform? This is like
I watched y'all on top of a table.
No.
You were okay?
no, like
Kaylin's just kind of like,
Oh.
Portia, it'll be fine. I'm sure he's thought of the very, very large number of people that will show up and food and beverage that will need it to be supplied, but
I'm not
Seems
talking
like
about
a
food and beverage. I'm talking about, you remember that one place that one time over on
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Perfect show. It will take some slack out of the rope, if you know what I'm saying.
Let's go ahead and who are y'all thinking of hiring before you had Leaf to do everything? I think having a second body in here will help.
That's a rocky road. We're probably not ready to go down right now.
Yeah, is he still mad at us?
He's not.
Maybe, possibly.
I mean,
There's a lot of
Is
There's
there
a lot
any
of
reason
bacon
we all
bourbon.
can't work?
and some bad choices made. Anyways,
Well, they actually let us in there last time without me and Kaylin in there. They might not be completely.
that wasn't the whole group, though. It
We
was
were
like,
the ones that had the problem. And if I recall, I paid that tab.
Fuck that guy.
anyways, we let that simmer for right now. Let's see how Cade Leaf can do.
Well,
It's-
also
I'm just-
too, this is a startup business. There are 6 of us. We all have unique skills.
7.
We can contribute.
Forgot
Bad
Potter.
bartend.
Oh, Potter. Sorry.
And Leaf-
Sorry, I forgot the inanimate object.
He's
My
not
bad.
an object. His name is Potter. You will
That's not nice to
respect
call
him.
Cade an inanimate object.
That was not nice.
Oh,
at all.
Leaf. I thought you said Potter. Leaf. Okay,
Right, she
7.
did say Potter.
I did say Potter.
Okay.
Listen, we got to talk about Potter. In our adventures, me and Doug, we went over to the Quins. That's a footnote to the story. We'll get back to that. But we went and we ran into some of the town's guard. One really cool guard named Stevenson. May have mentioned to him like that they do a great job and we appreciate their service and we're opening up. And there's one free drink for the town's guard when they come in. So, seeing as the liquor comes free out of Potter, thought that would be a great thing to use Potter for.
Well, I did the advertisement.
asked Potter?
How we have there's a lot of sounds like
I don't
a lot
know why
of
you're saying
free
you asked
drink.
Potter when you guys already agreed to use Potter for the
Yes, we
tavern.
did.
And
on
you
top of that,
only get Potter back at night.
that is true.
That is true.
That is true.
Assuming that the barrels are filled.
The
Define
advertisement.
night. Are we talking nightfall? Or
We're-
like
we're talking
closing
like-
night?
We'll call it 1 in the morning.
When the,
Probably when we pass out.
When the
the taverns
tavern closes.
What time do you
Anytime other than bar
Last call.
operation hours.
Last call 1 a.m.
Other thing, when we were over, so we were at the other side of town, me and Doug, we made a donation to the temple that the Quins go to quite a bit in honor of their name. We ended up going there because Stevenson said that the Quins had left town.
Yeah.
You knew that the Quins had left town?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the horny guy is here. They sent him, I guess, because they felt bad and feel like I need protected, and I'm not a big girl and can't take care of myself.
That's
and I broke their
understandable.
altar.
That was the
And I keep bringing
explanation they
you
gave me.
injured people.
Seeing as we kept on bringing dead people in, I could see where they come from.
Yeah. And then they sent
Um,
that guy because apparently I wasn't doing a good enough job.
It wasn't just you, but I'm not going to insult the entire group.
No, you'll just insult me continuously.
So, you mentioned that there's a safe at your parents' house that they had used. The whole place
It's
Oh,
is
a
locked up.
tiny one.
Do you have a key to the house?
No, I never needed one before. They were always there. So, you know what though? As far as I'm concerned, kick it down.
The town watch is keeping pretty close tabs. We were just trying to knock on the front door.
I'll go
and
with
we
ya.
had a couple of soldiers approach us very quickly.
There's a proper
I'll
way
go
to
with
do
you.
it. There's a proper way to do it if you want to get into your house. You can just go to a locksmith, tell them that it's your property or your daughter on the property and you got locked out and you don't have a key, and they'll probably help you out.
That's
Yeah,
work.
but
I'd
do we
rather
have the
blow it
gold
up.
for that? Oh, what can we? If you're gonna
I
blow it
wanna
up,
blow
can
it
we
up.
at least get supplies out of there
You're-
first?
Blow it up.
If you blow it up, it will be open to the public.
Masters of the establishment, how does this progress the starting opening of the tavern?
It
It does
doesn't.
not.
It does not.
It is useless banter.
No, there's
On top-
some there's some important things in the Quinn's house. So I think, like, I know that
People
when I
should be
was
stealing.
when I was brought in there, from what I heard, I had stuff on my person, and then I left, and I was basically naked. So maybe there's some things that are on the ground that maybe I can use. Also, I think it would be really nice to rebuild the altar that we destroyed.
Let's just leave that for another day. I think that is. I don't think breaking and entering a person that saved
You
your
guys
life
hear a
is
knock
good.
at the front door.
Oh, thank
I'll
fucking
get it.
God.
We can deal with
Portia-
that another day. I have no problem blowing the place up.
As you
I don't
guys
care what
go-
you do after.
See Portia leave.
Yeah.
You guys see it. You've never seen it before, and Lynn, you haven't seen it in a long time. She's got hand axes strapped to her now. You guys have never seen her wear her hand axes before. And I go and I open the door.
You're wearing them?
Yeah,
Nice. That's cool.
they're sheathed.
A
You have your war
male
pick out?
human is at the door. He's a well-dressed man who is also in the company of a scribe. You can tell that because it's a female tiefling who has a book open and has a quill and is just kind of looking around, writing things down. She's just kind of going over notes or things. And
Quick, it's the health inspector. Hide!
he
Hi.
goes, hello. I
Hello.
assume this is the soon-to-be Tavern of the Troll Skull.
It is. And
I am Hammond Craddock of the Ventiers Distillers and Brewers Guild.
okay, welcome.
Magister has sent me as you all have signed the appropriate documentation. I am here to collect your orders.
Okay, come on in. And I lead him back into where everybody else is.
All right.
Bacon bourbon.
So
I think-
far, there is only one establishment with bacon bourbon that has been brewed successfully, and the tavern person, whatever you call them, the tender, the bars, I don't know those languages. Jenny! Yes, those are bartenders, sir. Right, bartenders. He brews it himself.
So you're saying you can't do that?
I don't
Not
think so.
successfully.
We'll have to play nice with
All
him.
right, hey, look here. I'm gonna give you a list. I need you to write all this down very carefully, word for word. Okay? We need a whiskey. We need a rye whiskey. We need a Kentucky bourbon whiskey. We need a rum. We need a dark rum. We need a light rum. I'd like a spiced rum. Okay? I'd like a vodka. Nothing top shelf. Maybe something on the bottom end. Be okay with that. A brandy. After a brandy, we need at least 2 types of gin: a top shelf gin and a bottom shelf gin. Can you get all that for us? Oh, and beer.
Also,
We need beer.
also,
Well,
need
probably some mead
the
and
basic.
absinthe as
Um,
well.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
sir. Can you repeat that?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Where's Potter?
Good lord, just talk to the woman. She'll get it squared away.
yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and go look for my Potter.
I try to repeat the list that he gave her and add a few things like ale and mead and
Absinthe.
absinthe. That sounds really strong, but okay.
It is.
I actually asked what kind of ales they can offer. We probably should have more than just one ale.
Don't forget some wine.
Oh,
And
yes,
at least one
wine.
high-end wine.
Yes.
One red, one white, one high-end. Possibly one of each.
Hey, Helmy, you see the shelf behind the bar? It's empty. It needs to be full of bottles. We need
Oh.
some. We need some ales. We need some wine, and we need some hard liquors. Can you make that happen?
Apologies. I also want to mention that we do have a chilled storage area if you would like to see it, so that you can tell them where to bring it in.
Are you telling me this establishment has a chilled area? For
That is
real?
That is what I said. Yes, sir.
No, he was joking. No, we really don't know.
Oh, well, if you do not, then why did you say so?
What we do? She's being Taylor.
I'm just gonna toss my hair and go walk away and sit down.
Oh,
Strange. She looks familiar, but the attitude is different. Perhaps a different person.
It's the ass. When she turns around, that's what you recognize.
I'm usually facing forward when people see me, but okay.
I have that same recollection. Like, I know that ass from somewhere.
Did you ever
She's
go to
wearing
the
a cloak,
Siren's
so
Call?
how did you see the ass? Do you have some special spectacles?
Kind of got a radar for that.
Interesting. Right, Ginny, what do you have down for their order so far? I have ale, mead, something called absinthe, which we'll have to look into, rum, vodka, and brandy. Right.
definitely,
They said something about
definitely
wine.
whiskey. Wines. As many wines. We should use 4 or 5 wines, a little bit more than just 2.
Two reds, 2 whites, one top shelf of each.
130.
Jesus Christ, you guys are making it difficult. We are catering to the working class, not the
No, we're
snooty
not.
birdies around
No, we're
here.
not.
No, we're not.
We're gonna bust it out. We're gonna make it's gonna be upper middle. We're gonna try at least.
When the town's guard comes in drinking their free drink, this is going to be middle class.
We still have to
That
keep in
passed.
consideration as we go up the chain here, the working class. So we need whiskey,
Yeah.
whiskeys, and
We
beer.
need
Right.
everything from
We
lower
need to
to
not
Okay,
just cater to the
um,
upper class.
How
I don't want to
many
limit.
how many bottles of white and red and red do you want?
How many total or how many kinds?
How many bottles? You said two types of reds and 2 types of whites. But
Right.
are you looking for the half crate or the full crate?
Is it
of
10
each.
per crate or is it 12 per crate?
It is 12 per crate.
I think it's just get a crate
Half
of each.
crate of each is probably fine.
Oh dear. One saying 1 and one saying half.
I'll defer to her on this one.
Okay, he's
Okay.
paying, so let him figure it out.
I'm wait. Half crate's fine.
Helmet, I know who you need to talk to. Cade. This
Leaf.
is,
Leaf.
well, are we calling him Leaf or Cade?
We're calling
Leaf.
it Leaf.
Leaf.
Well, if you're
Leaf, can
referring
you
to
help
the
this fine
ghost
gentleman?
possessing, then it's Leaf. If you're referring to the actual body who just says Cade, then it's Cade.
Okay. We definitely want Leaf.
Okay.
Helmet, you need to just speak with Leaf. He knows exactly what we need. He can get this place up and running.
That's true. We should have just
Just
let her.
whatever Leaf wants, bring to us. As long as it doesn't cost money.
No, we have to put some investment into this.
No, that has been already paid for. That's
Been
part of
already
the guild startup.
So, perhaps there's been some miscommunication.
Oh,
Yes,
son of a
the-
bitch, there's always a catch.
Yes, there have been, your initial fees have been paid for the basic materials. However, so far you're asking for beyond basic, such as the 2 reds and 2 whites. Usually it's only one type of wine that is part of the basic package, and you're asking for multiple types of ale instead
Right.
of just having like one house ale. So you
That's
typically
why
you get like one type, depending on what
Yes.
your local storage can handle, and then anything additional is on you.
So let's start with the basics, guys.
Just let Leaf handle it, and right, the basics, but let Leaf pick.
Okay, and who, as he looks around, who is this Leaf character? As I don't know.
I still think we should go with that bigger variety and pay for it.
Big robot over there.
And actually, yeah, Leaf is here. Yes, that would be me. Are the masters of the tavern under the same vote as to just leaving this to me?
Yes.
Since you all own this?
Just remember, we do want to cater to everybody as much as we can. So, we want to have stuff for people who want just their ale, but maybe a couple special bottles for the higher end people.
To be clear,
tin can.
from
Don't fuck
people
this up,
who
okay?
shovel manure to people who can pay for this body over again.
Yes.
Maybe not shovel manure.
Caitlin!
Okay, fine. But I'm not dancing with him.
We gotta walk before we can run, guys. Like, you're going way too...
I mean, we can definitely
Okay.
get
are
wines in
Troll
here
Skull
that are
Al.
200 gold a bottle.
Let's.
This-
Okay.
We need to work on that.
I'm staying out of
not
this. I'm
like-
just in charge of the entertainment.
We're
I do
probably
have
not gonna get a
adventure.
lot of high society in Troll Skull Alley until we've built up our reputation. So it probably might make sense to have
I was talking for
have a
me.
So you want one bottle of 200 gold wine?
No, not yet. Not unless you want to give it to me.
Oh my
You have
gosh,
taken
guys.
all of the monetary value out of this unit's compartment.
Okay, fine. I'm done. I walk away.
Whatever their basic is, that's fine. And like, we're striving towards like probably the working class, so we can start before we run.
That reminds me, somebody said something about bacon bourbon. Could you procure a sample for me?
Yes.
can
Absolutely.
I
But if I get you a
might
sample,
be
are you
able
gonna
to
be able
duplicate
map
it.
this?
Potentially.
Tegan's
I
gonna
need
form
something
SEAL
better than
Team 6
potentially.
to make this happen.
I mean, honestly,
Nobody stands between me and my
Well,
bourbon.
Without tasting, I do not know, but I am fairly confident.
I
All
mean,
right,
that's a lot better than where we were 10 minutes ago.
I'm gonna get you a sample of that bacon bourbon. Okay, it's gonna happen. Adnan, let's go right now. Come on. Yeah, we don't even want him to leave yet. Let's go right now.
I do have a
Storm out the door. Like my ass is on fire. I'm out the door.
Adnan, you gotta like. I thought we were wanting to hire Henry. We don't want to piss him off again.
I'm either
No!
stealing the
Wait,
bacon
why
bourbon or
hire
I'm
him when we
burning
can
the place to the
replace
ground.
it?
Let's make this shit happen. Come on.
Okay.
We've got staff.
I haven't had shit to drink for 24 hours. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
That's funny.
That's great.
I'm sure Leaf does his thing with these people, talking to them. Arden's going to speak to the rest of the group that's still here. I guess Adnan and followed them out, but I don't know if he did. I did find a way for us to gain some money. It requires risking some money, but I think it's worth it. The Colosseum has several different different competitions, tournaments, if you will. And the single one, which I would prefer, is good, but the monetary value is not there yet. Where you could only, if you put up 10 gold, you can win up to 100 gold. The two-person group, you risk 25 gold for 250 gold. And then they actually have a 6-person group, which last I counted, we have 6 people. I don't know if it's worth risking 250 gold, but you can win 3,000. And that's something we can do very soon.
That's not gonna be. Kaylin won't do that. I don't think. Kaylin.
That's not really my thing.
I haven't seen you fight. I don't know. I would
Well, that's
in for a jump through the Colosseum.
yeah. The reason I suggested as well is it would help us learn to fight with each other and help me learn how y'all fight because I haven't seen y'all do anything yet. But 250 gold is a lot to risk, but 3,000 is a lot to gain.
Do we even
Honestly, I'm proficient in dying. Pretty good at that.
Well, there's no killing in this Colosseum. If you kill somebody, unless it's completely on accident, then you are severely punished.
Now, I will say,
Adnan-
whenever I'm in within 100 feet of Adnan, I have disadvantage on all healing. So.
And Adnan is proficient at dying. So anytime.
Oh, he
you
has
know,
expertise.
Cannonball- Yeah, he gets an advantage on all like if he's gonna die.
We can try the 2-person and at least get a little bit of money in. I'll fight with you.
Okay.
Sing me off.
I think we'd be a good team.
No, hopefully. Say so. Do we have the 25 gold to put down?
Oh, I have 25 gold, but I don't have 250 gold. I just thought 3,000 gold was a lot, and it could fund anything and everything, including getting me plate mail armor, which would be amazing. But
I've always loved I've always wanted to fight in the Colosseum. I'll fight.
well, what about you two?
No,
Is there a reason
that's not
why
my
you won't?
thing. I'm sorry. I'm not really a fighter.
Yeah, if I reflect upon this, it just doesn't feel like it's my natural instinct to be in front of the crowds
Well,
fighting.
we can still make
Oh, I
that.
love that.
But it's fighting, Lynn, not singing and showing off and dancing.
Hey, you may want to talk to them about
Can I
performing.
pose a question?
Of course.
I don't know. It's just this flash I got in my head. Even though we could win 3,000, can we really risk losing 250?
It'd be all what we got, pretty much. So I don't think so. But it was just a thought.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds scary. We need money.
Well,
So there's a thought. If
mhm.
there's 10 gold that's required for one person to get in the ring, and we had a really good sign, we could get Kaylin. You could go in there and just run as fast as you can with the sign. Talk about advertising.
Should I pull a Lady
That's gotta
Godiva?
be worth 10 gold.
Well, time out. That's true.
genius.
It just sounds dangerous
That's awesome.
for her because she might get attacked. But
If I
the
can't go in with her, she can't go in.
other thing is I was going to suggest, Kaylin, you might be able to get a gig performing at the Colosseum between matches or something.
If you can make that happen, I will perform.
Can you hold a number up like this?
I can hold it up.
Oh yeah, the fight.
I can do 2 at the same time.
Holy shit!
Very talented.
hmm It can even be the same number. One can just be upside down. Oh, come
Okay.
on. Tell me somebody got that one.
And
Oh,
there
we're
will
there.
be.
What?
Okay.
I don't know where the betting is. You may have to find it on your own, but there is the ability to make bets on our match if you have faith in Portia and myself.
I'm not really a betting person, but like I said, if you can get me a performing gig and the money's worth it, absolutely. Anything to help out the group.
Have faith. Of course they have faith in me, maybe. Yeah, totally. Why would you have to say that?
Oh, I thought he was trying to get the
talking about
gig.
me.
Oh,
I'm talking
you're
about
doing
me.
it, sweetie, then I'm good.
I'm gonna go find Tegan. It's been a minute. I don't think he was playing around. I think he
No, he wasn't.
gotta make sure he's not gonna drink the bourbon whiskey.
He's
the
already
bacon bourbon
briefed.
before it comes back.
He's already brief, logistics taken care of, and he's out on mission.
Are you guys gonna sign up for that ruckus in the ring?
No, I gotta go see Rashal. I can't remember his name. Rashal, the magic dragon gold guy. I don't know. He seemed really sweet. I just want to go talk to him.
We
Well,
can go
let's-
there.
Let's not piss the day away. I want to go out there and fuck some shit up. You know what I'm saying?
You can do that. I just say this
So-
is something I have to take care of.
Let's go to the magic shop and then we'll go to the Colosseum and sign
No,
up.
this
and
is something I have to take care of myself. You guys
I need
feel
to.
free to
I'm
go.
I'm being paid to watch you. I cannot just let you walk around freely.
Yes, you can. You do
No.
not want to piss this girl off. Let me tell you that right now.
Ardent,
She will
ardent
fry your
about
ass.
Doug, are you staying? You going? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go with them to the Colosseum because everybody needs somebody to watch your stuff when you're in there fighting. So
You,
Bullshit.
you know, what's your character's name again?
Not gonna let me.
What's your Arden? So
Mhm.
Arden, here's how you can best look out for me. If you can help get me a gig, at the performing place, that's really what I need right now. I need to be up on stage and doing what I love to do.
She will be fine. We are in town. She's not performing, and we're not in a weird mountain mine with.
I'll even do this. And now I look like an old woman.
Okay.
whoa.
Duh. You guys haven't
What's
seen her
wrong
do
with
that before?
performing on our stage?
She- Alright, off to the
Save it
couch.
for our customers. Not
So I guess the three of us we go to Colosseum.
If you guys want me to sing like this, I can. It doesn't
Oh
usually
my
bring as much
God.
money.
Caitlin, are you gonna keep that disguise while you go to the shop, please?
Until I get there, yeah.
And then put it back on when you come back?
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
We've done this thousands of times. She'll be fine.
The one time I don't.
Actually, I haven't. Thousands of times.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
on
get
a-
the benefit
On
of
a
the
side
doubt.
note,
Oh,
can you
okay.
guys talk about what you've done 1,000 times and it's okay?
Hey, that's between us.
I thought you
I don't
left.
tell. Oh, I did. Okay, bye.
I heard thousands of times you've done it before. I'm pretty sure I turned around.
He only wishes.
Y'all want to transfer over to the
There
bar
it
where
is.
they're getting bourbon bacon?
Oh, that's right. I forgot I can move myself.
Oh,
I'm
There.
gone. Wherever the heck I'm supposed
Leafcade
to
has
go.
a token. Here's what Leafcade looks like.
He's ginormous.
That's awesome. Look at him being all spiffy.
Man. Yeah. I'm not there to see it. Did I get to see him before I left?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is when Cade is possessed by Leaf. This is the Leafcade version.
Nice.
Hmm.
Which then means this is gone. Alright. So Tegan took off. Adnan, you said you were chasing after him after a couple of minutes. And Adnan, you don't see Tegan. It's almost as though Tegan went full on expeditious retreat and some other speed boosting spells and just Roadrunner dust up behind him.
I was gonna say beep beep.
There may even be a little bit of fire just behind his trail. It's you realize you're gonna have to either put in some effort to catch up or just jauntily go where you know he's headed towards.
I know where he's headed, so I'm just gonna head straight to the tavern.
Okay. Tegan, you get to the tavern, obviously, fairly quickly as you are on a mission. And you do see old Henry behind the bar as you walk in.
All right, I'm here to fuck shit up and chew bubblegum.
Did you
I'm
roll
gonna-
bubblegum?
I'm gonna walk on up to the bar there and see old Henry. Is that his name? Old
Yep.
Henry. Old
Henry's
Henry.
there. Yep.
Henry. Long time no see. Tell me the story, lad.
You mean the story where you and your friends fucked off and refused to pay the tab and some bitches had to pay for you?
Your tab got paid, did it not?
After a fight, yeah.
There was no fight. Your tab got paid. Why be so sore about it? You remember we were speaking to you about the whole possession thing and everything, right? Yeah, no? Of course you do. Everybody remembers that. You seem like a smart lad. You remember things. You remembered that night, didn't you?
Yes.
So, I'm here to make amends for that night. What'll it
Go
take?
on. You're the one offering the amends. What's your ideas?
Oh, I'm just asking, what's it gonna take? I feel terrible. Clearly, I had too much to drink. We just want to be friends.
Friends, you
You know.
say?
Friends.
So, if you're here being all friendly and trying to make amends, what are you offering?
Let's have a drink. I'll buy it up front. And I'll throw some coins out on the table. The bar, whatever the hell we're standing at.
Right? What do you be drinking today?
Well, I had the whiskey yesterday. The day before that was rum. And I think the day before rum's usually a vodka day, so I think today is one of those bourbon days. It's a bourbon day. Say, hey, do you have any more of that bacon bourbon whiskey that you had?
No, I gave you a lot the last I had.
And you have none anywhere. I mean, even for a couple of friends.
That stuff has to age a bit before you can just pop the cork on that. We're not there yet.
Age a bit. What are we talking? A day, a week,
We're still about a week out.
week out. All right. Well, you know what? We're making amends and making friendships. You pick what we'll drink today, eh?
All right. I do have something else new you can be a little guinea pig for. You seem to be a connoisseur of the spirits. He goes to a back room, and he comes out with a small, maybe about 8 inches, or you can't see, about 8 inches tall, 3 or 4 inches in diameter clay, some sort of clay, either jar or pot or something. And he sets it down in front, and he pulls out the cork off the top. And when he does so, the smell that hits you is kind of blackberry-ish. Kind of sweet and kind of tart at the same time. It's an interesting combination for a spirit. And he gets a couple of the wooden small glasses, sets it down, and pours you and him one, and hands you one of them. And he holds it up and goes, "To amends and friends. Cheers."
I'll wait till he tanks his drink,
He does.
and then I'm just gonna take a sip.
Okay. So it is a very smooth moonshine with a very light hint of blackberry and cinnamon.
Good.
It is very good. No hint of alcohol at all. It's almost it's hidden in there. And even somebody with your resistance, even just that little sip, there is a little bit of a warmth starting to form from your stomach on up. Not as much as if you were to take the full shot, but you can see within a couple minutes of him after downing that one shot, his face is flush. He's a little bit red, and just got a little bit of the alcohol sweats going on already.
Oh.
Oh yes, this here. Oh, this is gonna be so good if I could just mass produce this.
If you could not. Well, Henry, what if I could help you with that? As friends, just between you and me.
Well, I'd be might interested in that.
Would you now? Well, excuse me, that went down a wrong fucking hole. See, I may or I may not, but I may have a way of getting that mass produced, but I'm not sure yet. I know that you and I haven't always seen eye to eye on things, so I'm interested. But could you tell me just a little bit more about it? I mean, I can taste some blackberries. I know that's there. There's some cinnamon. But what else do you have in here? What makes it so smooth?
Oh, it's all about how slow you take things through the distilling process, and you have to have really good sugars. You can't have the swill you get at the common stores. You gotta get the pure, straight from the cane sugars. That's what fixes it up. And you gotta do the low and slow, and the temperature is important. And the right balance of materials and in order to get it to go.
I want to look around the bar, so I'm gonna spin around and put my back up to the bar as I'm talking to him, kind of judge and eyeball as I take just another wee little sip.
Okay. You guys are the only ones in here currently.
Is that so? All by myself. Well, Henry, one more for the road. I'd like to come back and talk to you about this, but I want to go talk to some of my friends first. So just, would you one more of these? What do you call it?
I don't know yet. I'm thinking something with stars or something, because it normally it doesn't handle sunlight too well, so I don't know yet. I don't have a real name. And it's if you look, it's clear. It's not, there's no hint of color. So I don't know, like always clear or light of the stars. I don't know yet. At this point, Adnan, you are probably at the bar or at the tavern.
Hey, Tegan.
Adnan, my good dear friend Adnan. You remember Henry, right? Henry, you remember the wee little man Adnan, don't you? Adnan, I was just telling Henry here how we felt absolutely like trash. How we, drank too much the other day. Couldn't pay our tab. And how I'd like to just be friends.
Yeah, I tried to make amends with him that night. Did you enjoy the day off with the family, Henry?
It was all right. Excuse me.
How's work going over here?
About the same.
Underpaid and overworked still?
Aye, your friend here is sampling one of my newest creations. He paid for it up front.
Paid for up front. And with that, I want to pick up my glass. And I'm going to kind of step out, put my hand on Adnan's back, and kind of bring him up to the bar, put him kind of in front of me as I'm holding my glass. And I'm like, Henry, I think we should do one more. Adnan needs to try this. Just a sip, one more. and then we're gonna leave you be. I know you've got things to do, people to see, places to be at, and all that, and we do too. And I want to go talk to the rest of the group about this amazing mystery star liquid you've got here.
That's about enough for
I'll
that, I
throw some more
suppose.
stones on the table for it.
And he puts down, because this dumbass don't fucking see shit. He puts down 3 new shot glasses and empties out the rest of that jar. Again, it wasn't very big. You know, between about 5 shots is about all 5 or 6. You know, some of those are like filled to the brim. They have just that barely above the cup line. Like you're gonna have to like get down to it in order to drink it without spilling it. And let's see here. We already toasted to amends and friends. Let's see. Toasting to better days, I suppose.
Better days.
And he just bloop.
Cheers.
And as he goes up, I'm gonna take the glass and I'll cup it, so I don't drink any this time.
Okay.
So that's pretty good stuff there, Henry. How often do you make special brews like that?
I like to tinker, try to come up with new things.
I once said, I'm gonna do it again.
No, we're-
Pastries turned patsies.
What?
Oh man.
I didn't hear you said pastries turned patsies.
Instead of
Yeah.
saying pastries, I said patsies, and it became canon.
Nice.
Let's see here.
No,
Oh,
Caitlin,
that
you're
stuff
good.
is
If you want to
crap.
jump on anything, you just go ahead.
Whoa.
Well, I'm
Whoa.
sure there will be points I will be
We
jumping on and
are-
off of things.
We're live and you just said that. Good job.
Hey, here at Mythical Rollers, anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Come, bring your friends, view the chaos, and enjoy.
True that.
Doug is
What?
so stoic, it looks like he's froze.
I just saw a hand move. That's how I knew it wasn't froze.
He's doing the robot, guys. Leave him alone.
I can't wait for this to break again.
I don't know. I remember when the technology got overloaded. That was good for. But
Let's see. Come on.
it must be Sirenscape. No disrespect, Sirenscape. We are still looking for endorsements. Advisors.
You just have to reformat your hard drive every month. Make sure that everything
I mean,
stays.
that's legit.
Windows. Sorry. Excuse me. Microsoft. Yeah.
That's legit.
It's
Sometimes you have the Java interface with the GUI, and it just doesn't go well.
All right, that's going. Boom, boom, boom. Can't wait to look at those logs as to why did we crash. Okay, so
I feel that the level of awesomeness that me and Tegan brought just pegged the system.
so before Henry gave all the super secrets away, what were we talking about again?
That was it.
I
Henry
was-
gives to it.
I was
Tegan
distracted by my computer
Moonshine?
crashing.
Tegan was grabbing that bourbon behind Adnan's back while he took another shot.
Right, but then Adnan was saying something, I thought.
I just asked him how often he had brewed special concoctions.
Right, thank you. I mean, whenever I can, whenever we get a, on occasion, the bar does really good and the owner gives us a little bonus. I usually then try to take that and turn it into something that can make me more than just the little bit of bonus.
Well, I'm sure that you sell it on the side. Is that what you do?
When I sell it here, I keep the profits because it's mine.
What do you mean by you keep the profits? Like what you charge is what goes in your pocket?
Yes. The
The owner doesn't charge you anything for letting you sell it in the business?
He hasn't yet.
And you just lack the means of producing this on a bigger scale.
Correct.
What would you need for that?
Larger establishments, somebody who can either speed up or slow down time, more people. Mostly the larger establishment so that multiple brews can be going on at the same time. Right now I do all this at home.
I know of a good helper who really doesn't rest. Doesn't quite need it. If that could be beneficial to you, I could introduce you guys.
Someone who doesn't rest. What
Doesn't really need to rest.
Okay.
Kind of like there's a special energy in him. Just keeps him going.
Okay. I mean that's good for odd for him. Good for him, I guess too. But I mean I still can only do one at a time at my house, so I'm just not sure what the benefit of that would be.
Oh, you were saying more people, so I was thinking...
If I had a bigger place. I apologize if I wasn't clear.
A little bit, but that's probably because you had the second shot. That's okay.
Go.
Well, if there's anything we can ever do to help you out, you know where we're at.
Yes.
If you get batches that are big enough to sell, we always have a storefront. I'm sure that we could come up with an amicable agreement.
I'll keep that in mind.
Tegan, you all set? All right.
Rain. Let's make her happen.
Thank you very much, Henry. We got things to do today, though.
On the way out.
Have a good one.
Once I get out the front door, I'll just make a straight beeline back to the troll school.
Okay. So while those two were gone, what were the rest of you all doing?
Oh, we were heading to the Colosseum, right?
Oh.
Myself,
Yeah.
Ardon,
I was on
and
my way to the wizard shop.
Doug with
Doug
you.
with a U.
I'm going with Arden and Portia to just kind of watch their backs and watch their stuff while they are throwing down in the ring.
Cool. Not connected to the Wi-Fi. Well, that would make sense why that's not working. All right,
Wi-Fi
so
is very important.
unable to connect to Wi-Fi. Oh, shnikes.
Oh,
No wonder shit's broke. Odd. Whatever's. All right, so Caleb, you would be first up as the magic store is the closest of the two places the rest of the people are trying to go to.
Okay.
So you head over to the Bookworm's Treasure.
Yay!
And as you open the door and head inside, there, sitting behind a desk with his tiny, tiny spectacles at the end of his nose as he's reading his book, is a golden dragonborn that you know to be named Rashal. Rishal. Rashal.
Okay, he'll probably make me spell his name. I'm writing it down. Okay. Good.
And upon seeing you enter, he goes, "Yes! What can I do for you today, Miss Kaylin?"
I figured you knew who I'd be, and then I go ahead and snap my fingers and click back to my normal self.
Actually, as soon as you walked into the door, the disguise disappeared.
Oh, okay, that works too. So I go, oh, okay. That's a very smart idea. Then,
Anti-magic rune above the door.
wow. So that kind of brings me to my point why I'm here. I'm more interested in learning about like rituals and arcana, and I got this new book and I was kind of hoping you'd be willing to teach me. I could help you out around the shop.
As soon as you say rituals, arcana, and book, you hear a thump as he closes his book, sets his glasses down, stands up, and goes, "You are interested in learning the divine arts of the arcane, are you?"
Yeah, a little bit. I can do a few little tricks now. Like I can, after about 10 minutes, I can read and understand anything. I think I have some more capabilities. It's something about finding my spirit animal or something, but I don't have the ingredients for it. I just really want to learn, grow myself.
If you don't mind, would you show me what you currently have so that I can better plan out a plan to teach you more?
Sure. And then I go ahead and reach in my little pack or whatever and hand him the small little book.
Okay. He, instead of taking it, he goes, "I know how I am with my personal books. Just set it on the counter and I will ask you to turn the pages if you don't mind."
Oh, okay. Is that something people don't do? They don't touch other people's books? I didn't know what's appropriate.
My own personal book I don't let anybody touch, as I do not know what their hands have been, and it's mine. I just give the same courtesy to others.
Fair enough. I understand. I respect that. And I go ahead and open the book and cast prestidigitation on my hands to make sure they're clean.
Over your book, he like draws a quick little rune in the air, and you watch as his eyes, which were a copper color, kind of flash over pure white as he's staring at the book. He goes, "Interesting. I am not sure how good I can assist you, but I do see that this is something granted to you through the use of other magics. You have a patron of sorts. But this book here seems to be hungry for additional knowledge."
Maybe that's why I'm so interested in getting it.
This looks like a spell I'm very familiar with, though the runes are in a different location than my particular magics. But it looks like Find Familiar, which is your spirit animal you were talking about. What that does is it traps spirits that are in the mortal plane and forces them into a shape of your choosing to do your bidding.
Even
yes.
Minotaurs?
Potentially, if you know of a Minotaur spirit you're interested in trapping.
Oh, no, just curious.
More smaller things like an owl.
I've always thought owls were really... Yes! You read my mind! Was that one of the tricks?
I have my own if you look up and over there. And he points over to what looks like a small pygmy owl that has golden feathers, but the tips of the feathers are white.
Yours is cool. Is there any way I can make one like that, but invert the colors?
You have to keep the image in your mind during the summoning of what it is that you would like to bring forth. And then, yes, colors are typically whatever you want, as it is just a bindings of the spirit that you trap.
Okay.
Let's see here. Well, do you have an idea of what other magics you are interested in learning? Since yours is different than mine, we will have to work together on the formulas to add into here. But I think we can accomplish something just based on the spells you currently have in here.
Okay. I don't know. I want to learn things and know things. I really haven't studied Arcana. I mean, we go out on adventures sometimes, and so anything that would help me protect myself and my friends would be great. Anything that'd be helpful and warn us, or I don't know. What do you suggest?
Well,
I don't remember if I told you. I think I chose Detect Magic as the other one. Where to put it? Oh, that's right. It's a class feature. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Let's see here. Can this only do rituals, or can you add other things into this book?
As of right now, the vibe I got is anything that's a ritual, I can learn and cast and put in the book as a ritual. That's all I really know.
That is
basically she could do rituals
amazing.
From any class. Yeah.
So, to protect yourself and others, maybe this will be might strike your fancy. I know of an ability where you take silver thread and you place it down around areas that you would like to be notified of anybody entering or leaving. It sends a kind of an alarm into your mind.
Okay. Have I ever seen Tegan do anything like that?
No.
Okay. That sounds really cool. I like silver.
I mean, everybody does. It's one of the nicer colors. I mean, gold, though, is definitely better. Anyway.
Oh, gold's amazing. I love gold.
If you're maybe looking for what else could be magical in the area, Detect Magic is always a good thing to have in your pocket. As after you cast it, you have it for 10 minutes, which is what I did to change the color of my eyes. It helped me better understand where you were at on a magical level.
Okay. I think that's the one you told me about when we were talking offline, DM.
You already can find your own familiar. Let's see. No, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
There's sometimes you just don't want to carry things or walk. So you can create a kind of a disc that you can just sit on and hover around on that kind of just floats in the air.
Oh, okay. Is there some way somebody will wait on me hand and foot? I don't trust this Minotaur guy that they gave us. He's nice, but he's not gonna do everything.
Wait on you hand and foot. Well,
yeah.
I mean, there's something that could. It's
really? I was just wishing, but okay.
There is a kind of force that could just do basic commands. It's you kind of trap a demi air spirit into being a servant that can't be seen.
Even better.
It's
Okay. Can it do my hair?
very simple tasks. I mean, potentially, if you train it correctly or give it a specific command, it could do that. But it doesn't last too long. Only about an hour or so.
Okay. Is that one you'd recommend?
I mean, if you're interested in another set of hands to potentially open a trapped chest, and it happens to be one of the legendary mimics, I mean, better the unseen servant than you.
Fair enough. Okay, anything else? I'm going off your opinions. This is all new to me.
Well, again, I'm not sure how much you're looking for. I mean, can you identify the different schools of magic and of a particular item?
I believe the schools of magic?
Yes.
I think so.
In order
I
to
think-
understand what they do and how to better use
Oh,
them.
no, I don't know how to do that. I don't understand much anything. It'll help me know more?
It'll, for example, if you had this, it's called identify. If you happen to find in a pile of rust, let's say a sword that is untouched by the rust, perhaps it has magical properties. Casting identify could allow you to know what those properties could be
Oh, that
in order
sounds
to help you
very
use
helpful.
it sooner over later.
That sounds very helpful. I can help protect my team so they don't touch anything that hurts them.
And I think the last one that you might be interested in is it's a type of writing that is only visible to the ones you want to see it. And it lasts about 10 days. For example, if you are, God's sake, in sewers or something, you could write on the wall which direction you went if you were at a T, let's say, and you did not want any enemies to see this message, just your allies. You could cast what is known as illusory script.
That sounds like it'd be useful too. These all sound great. I mean, I'd really be willing to learn whatever you would. The identify especially sounds like it could very much be helpful to everybody. I mean, if I had to pick one, but like I said, I'm willing to, whatever you're able to teach me. Like I said, I can come work when I'm not working at the tavern or on an adventure. I can advertise for you if you need a model for your ad,
A model, And you're willing to work in the shop, you say?
Sure, like I said, as long as it doesn't conflict with my other commitments, absolutely. I'm a real hard worker when it's something I want to do.
I think we can make arrangements. Let's start with one of these for now. Let's see how good your aptitude is, and then depending on how quick or long it takes, we can better judge what the appropriate compensation could be. Which one would you like to try now?
Which spell?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, that identify sounds good, but are they all the same difficulty? I mean, is there like a trial kiddie pool first or something? I mean,
there's not one that's easier than the other. They're gonna all be difficult because it's my magic versus yours, and we have to make it yours.
okay. Just technically, so you know, Adam, it says that it's
I know.
the rituals. Okay. Just making sure. I figured you did, but okay. Okay. What do you need me to do?
Well, which one are you interested in doing?
I'll try identify. That seems the most helpful.
All right. I actually happen to have an identify spell scroll. And he sets it down, and he goes, actually, this might be of better use. He brings out a Find Familiar spell scroll, and he kind of points out the differences between what's in your book for your magics versus what is on his scroll for his magics. And everything is just like one step off. Like if it was supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, it was 2, 3, 4, 1.
Got it.
It was just one shift.
Little
over.
shift. Yeah.
Yes. So go ahead and give me an Arcana check
Okay.
to see
Hey,
how
Arcana
quick this
check.
process would be.
Can I get a bonus from my patron or something, or pray to my patron? Or
Yeah,
okay.
you get advantage on it.
Okay. Do I use it based on intelligence or charisma?
Charisma. I apologize. Yeah. So just give me a charisma check plus your proficiency.
Okay, so I'll look for a charisma skill plus proficiency. I don't think I have one with just proficiency. Okay. Deception would be 6. So it's going to be 6 plus 2, so it's going to be plus 8. So I'll just roll a d20 here. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Use roll 20 or like actual roll 20 for it. Hold on just a second here. Gotta go over to the other browser. Okay. 120. And then, oh, nope. Wait, plus 6, 11, 13?
That's with
Oh,
advantage.
wait, you said advantage, right? Okay, never mind. I forgot you said advantage. Okay, so that was a 5. Okay, not much better, but better. Okay, plus 6 plus 2, 17?
Okay.
Did that come through on Beyond? Or roll 20? I just rolled the dice. Okay. Do you need me to roll it through there?
No, 17 is fine. You're telling me 17. I'm gonna.
I rolled a
believe
9.
So. All right. So with a 17, it's as he's starting to explain the nuances and the differences between his spell and your spell. You start to kind of tune him out a little bit as you are comparing the two spells. You're starting to see the pattern of how it's supposed to be done for you, and as you kind of put your hand over the identify spell and just kind of start tracing like the formula just before you get to the exactly. And as you do so, on your book, it's being printed as you're tracing, and it's being printed to your version. And you consume the spell scroll, and identify is in your book.
Yay! Thank you.
I
tell Rashada, thank you so much.
When you pop out of that trance, though, he goes, "That was kind of amazing, but kind of a long process. It's already about dinner time."
Oh wow! What time did I get there?
You got there early afternoon because everybody was doing things and then came back. It was afternoon.
Oh.
And then you had the discussion. You had the talk with the bar people. Then everybody took off again. You got here probably about 2 or 3 o'clock, and he's an old man, so dinner time for him is like 5. So really, it only took about 3 or 4 hours. But you were in that trance. You were in that trance for that long.
Oh wow!
And he goes, "Just I was not expecting it to be that quick. Actually, I thought that you would have to study that more, but wow. Yeah, just come work in the shop one day whenever you can."
Okay.
Actually, I tell you what. and he reaches into his cloak, and kind of one of the pockets his hand goes into, but his hand goes further into the pocket than you expect that pocket to be the size of, and he pulls out a pearl on kind of just a basic silver chain, and he goes, "This should be about the right size pearl for the identify spell. You just advertise the store a little bit, we'll call it even."
That sounds great. Do you sell book covers?
I sell all kinds of things for books and wizard spells and components.
If you have a book cover, with your store's logo on it, that'd be great. And I think I need some components for that Find Familiar spell you talked about, too. I'd be more than happy to pay you or work it off, whichever you prefer. I mean, I would prefer to work it off, but I need them now, so if you need payment, I can do that, too. Maybe, depending how much.
How many castings are you looking for?
I don't know. How many do you think I need? I am all new to this. Like 1, 2, 7?
I mean, one casting is usually about 10 gold worth of materials.
Okay. Do you give employee discounts? Is that a yes or a no? I'm kind of dense.
No, I don't get discounts on the stuff themselves.
Okay. So what do you think would be... Do you think 3 would be enough?
Certainly. If you think, do you have a pocket to put them in that's 30 gold worth of materials is kind of like a significant size sack?
No, I don't. Here's the deal. Can I be honest with you? And you won't take advantage of me?
I'm an old man, so yes?
Insight check. I meant
Roll for
price gouging wise, not sexually. I think I rolled something. What did it roll? I thought I clicked it in D&D Beyond. I don't have.
You did.
Rolled
You
one.
clicked it. You clicked it.
Okay.
Click it again.
Click it again. Okay, hold on. Where'd it go? Too many windows. Okay. I only get a +1 to insight, so.
Yeah, with a 6, you have. He seems very forthright to you.
Okay. I have right now, before I buy these herbs, 100 gold. What do you think, honestly, I need to get started? Your best interpretation.
Well, you're already going to be advertising for me to get that 100 gold pearl worked off. And then you are working in the shop to be compensated for the scroll that's worth 75 gold. So I've already given you 175 gold worth of stuff for
wow.
some advertisements and you working in the shop for a day. So,
Okay.
I kind of think 30 gold for the materials is fair unless you're gonna work more days.
Oh, no. What I was asking is, you sell me what you think I need. I told you what I have. Sell me what you think I need to be your student and practice this art. Basically, she's wanting him to pick out everything, and this is her limit.
I would suggest the 30 gold then and casting it tonight. Then you're only carrying the 20 gold worth. You could easily put that into a satchel or side bag with whatever else you have on the brass brazier. So that would be my recommendation for that particular spell.
Okay. How much for this brazier thing?
I'm not a clothing store.
You said a brass brazier.
I said a brazier, not a brazier.
Oh, okay. How much for the brazier?
5 copper? I mean, it's not much. It's just brass.
Okay. So she's gonna pay him 30 gold. and she's gonna pay him 5 copper.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've been so helpful. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Fantastic.
And I'll bring my friend Tegan. He likes magic too.
Not today. I'm closing as soon as you leave, so I can go eat.
That's fine. I think they suckered me into singing for some people, so I gotta go too. Thank you so much.
Have a good one, Kaylin.
You too, Rashal. Bye.
Bye. Oh my god, I hate that voice.
So, just to be clear, whenever things slow down, she's done performing, she's gonna go cast Find Familiar.
Well, I don't think
We
you're
don't have-
performing today.
Oh, okay. Then she's gonna go straight
The
there.
tavern doesn't
and
open
cast-
for another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, a 10 day, if I remember correctly. And 10 day before it opens.
Okay.
So
So she's gonna run home and cast it.
You've got time, yeah.
Okay.
Those of you going to the Colosseum, as I imagine it, Arden would be leading this exercise, since Arden is familiar with where the Colosseum itself actually is. So it takes you guys probably about 20 minutes from where the tavern is to get to the Colosseum. You can see that there are multiple entrances, but there is a line out of one of them. Excuse me. And kind of getting the back of that line and just kind of listening to the general hubbub is that this is apparently the teams the team of 6 line, as the singles and the doubles have already been signed up and filled. So it's up to you if you all want to stay.
Is there any chance I can... So the singles and doubles we can't even get into, as far as we know?
As you are asking, like, some of the people who are already in line, one of them seems to be the one who answers you is kind of a burly dwarf guy who seems to be wearing like some sort of like metal breastplate, and he has a half halberd. Looks like he took a halberd and broke it off at one point because like the end is still kind of jagged. He's got like this half halberd on his back. He kind of turns around and looks up to you and goes, "Oh, hi, the singles and the doubles have already been filled, so that's why the rest of us have kind of found each other, as some of us were looking at the onesies and some at the twosies, and we just kind of came together, kind of just help pay to buy in, that the 3,000 gold pot is just too good to just ignore it. But whenever those flyers went out, a lot of people were excited to see the Colosseum open again."
And you think you can defeat me? He kind of grins at them.
"Oh, hey, I just kick you in your udders, you little pig."
He's going to look for someone that's actually running the show. He's just going to skip past the line and walk around.
As you start going closer and further ahead, there's a couple of town guards who stop you and go, "Back to the line."
I'm gonna stand back a little bit, just admire the line and talk a little louder than normal and say, "Man, I haven't seen a line like this since Kaylin Quinn opened up Troll Skull Alley."
Love it.
Somebody looks around. She opened the entire alley? Like, why was the alley closed?
Oh, the alley was just packed with people trying to get into the tavern. Yeah,
The tavern? That place has been shut down for years. What are you on about?
Oh, no. Kaylin and her crew, man, they've opened the place up. It's like full every night.
It is. The Minotaur is trying to deal with 2 situations at the same time, and it's not working.
It's not.
He's gonna say, "I need to speak with someone in charge of the tournament. I'm not signing up for 6 people."
Then turn around and leave, because the other ones are full. That's why this line is here.
I understand that. I think they want to see me though.
Then wait your turn. I've already kicked out 2 groups. Do you want to be the third?
Apologies. He's trying to be polite. He's like, if
Yes.
you,
I understand that you're trying to be polite, but this guard is having none of it.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try to point behind him to my father's statue. That's like literally right behind him. Like, probably, I don't know where it would be. It might not be behind, but I'm gonna be like, I'm pretty much not royalty, but pretty close to royalty here. Can I please speak to someone in charge? I'm asking nicely.
Look, you're not the first Minotaur to think they're related to the champions. Back of the line. If I have to tell you again, you're out.
Are there 3 guards?
There's 2.
At this point, there's actually 4, as there's a kind of a commotion, and some of the people in line are like, yeah, back of the line.
Let's just go wait in the back of the
Yeah.
line.
He says that's fine. And he's gonna go wait patiently. He's not an evil character, so he's not gonna fight it. He tried persuading it didn't work. So
I'm glad I'm not the only one you piss off. You just aggravate everybody everywhere you go.
yeah, pretty much.
My God. There's no.
Everywhere he goes.
Did you just try to say that you're related to the champions?
I am related to the
No,
champion.
you're not. I adored them growing up, and you're an ass. Like, there's no way. Can you
Yeah.
prove it?
All he can show you is a ring. I don't think they would have worn it to battle. I don't think anyone knows about it, but he has his father's ring. But other than that, I don't think so.
Stop saying he, say I. Be in character, please.
Oh yeah, apologies. I would show you a ring. He says this is my father's wedding band, but other than that, I have no other proof. I've been an orphan for quite a long time.
Is there anything etched on the ring?
I didn't think of that by now. Could be.
Have you ever looked, or did you just put it on and keep it there forever?
I mean, I didn't think of this beforehand, so it probably could. I'll take it off, see if there's something etched inside the ring. Maybe there is.
There is something etched inside the ring.
Okay, I'll show it to Portia.
I look at the ring. I'm just like giving him this look, like, why am I looking at this ring?
So, the ring in common, on the inside of the ring, it says, Archelax, the champion of my heart.
Oh.
And
Okay.
the 2 champions are Rosla and Archelax. Yeah.
I just kind of look at him.
I will be the next champion.
I hand him back his
He
ring.
says confident.
I'm sorry for doubting you, but you're still an ass. But they were some amazing.
I appreciate that. They were amazing. I was just amazed as you growing up.
I loved watching them fight.
The line is about an hour or so before you guys get to the front, where they kind of wave you forward, and then they're telling everybody behind you, "That's it. They're the last group. We can't handle any more." And kind of inviting you over. He goes, "Well, maybe you're short a couple."
Look, we don't know. Sorry, let me get back into this.
Let me try.
Yeah, you try.
We would really like to be in with the doubles. You see, this is the son of Arclay and Archelax. Archelax. And with the new opening of the Colosseum, I would imagine that your bosses would really love to see the son of Archelax in the ring. Or in the Colosseum.
The son of Archelax, you say?
I do.
And you have proof of this?
He obviously takes off the ring and shows it to them. This is my father's wedding band. And he kind of. So he tries to puff up his chest and look mighty.
Stop trying so hard.
The ticket guy hands, or the guy signing you guys' in kind of hands the ring back, and he goes, "I will be right back. Please stay here."
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he kind of gets up, goes past the portcullis, going up some stairs, disappearing from view.
There
are just a couple of guards there. So
Arden definitely takes a couple of minutes to look at the guards and said, "You wasted my time."
It takes a few minutes, probably about 3, 4, 5 minutes later before you're seeing two people coming down. One is that ticket person, and another is well, it appears it's a female because from this distance it's somebody wearing a dress. And as they get closer to you, what you see is a woman in a black dress with black hair. She has very pale features, but these bright purple eyes, and there's no iris. The eye itself is just purple. And she walks over, and her bone structure hints at some Elvish, but you can't really tell because you can't see her ears. So you don't know if they're pointed. You don't know, but it just the way her bone structure and the way she walks is more of a graceful than typical humanoids would walk, or humans, would walk. She's also much taller than that guy, so she is that guy was probably about 6-ish, 6'1" or so. She is pushing 6'8". She is very tall.
She makes me look up, so yeah.
So essentially everybody's just towering over my 3-foot self.
She is, yeah. Oh yeah, you're yeah. As she walks up, as the ticket guy sits down, he goes, This is the Minotaur I was telling you about. So, apparently, you are the son of the great champion of before. And what proof have you of this?
I am Arden. He takes off the ring for the third time, and I hand it to her. He says, my parents were always here. They love the Colosseum, and I haven't been back since. But honestly, it's time to face my past. And he hands her the ring.
Okay, she looks over the ring. Interesting. This appears to be legitimate. You were not the first to say they are the son of the champions. Do you mind a little test?
By all means.
From her hair, she pulls out a long silver needle. She kind of holds the needle with the point side up. She goes, "If you would be so kind as to prick your finger, please."
Does without question. He just does it.
Okay. When you prick your finger onto the needle, you bleed more than you were anticipating, as she pulls back on the needle with one hand, but her other hand she's pulling the blood towards her. She goes, Interesting. You are indeed the son of champions. What are you doing back here at home, I guess, son of the Colosseum?
It's been a long time. I'm looking to prove to myself, I think, more than to the crowd, but looking to make a name for myself. But I don't want to do it alone. I would like to share in the glory of Cord and this Colosseum. He touches his Cord's the talisman, and he says, "I would like to be joined by Portia here in a doubles match."
I'm sorry, what name did you say?
Cord,
Cord?
K-O-R-D. Yes,
You worship.
I worship Cord.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not been hiding that insignia.
Right. Is that what I think it is?
Cord
It's
is
the
the
god of battle.
God of battle and storms.
I might have thought it was something else. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's a good guy. It's not a good guy. It's a neutral. I think he's good. Actually,
Well,
yeah.
as admirable as that may be, the singles and doubles group are already filled. If you would like to join it next time, I can make sure a missive is sent directly to you so that you can be quickly signed up. But I believe you can agree that it is not right to make someone else step down.
So don't make anybody else step down. Like
Then we would have to add another group, and we do not have the time to do so.
What about
what if we take on?
2 opponents?
Huh?
2 against 4.
Or, yeah. I think we could handle it.
If
Those are some big hooves you are trying to step in.
if you're needing, I kind of walk up to you guys and say, it's not really my thing, but I don't like the idea of you guys walking in with, just 2 of you against 4 or 6 people. I would be willing to step in that case if it helps. It can't hurt, right?
The problem is, if we lose, who would go ahead in your tournament? That could cause an issue. I guess they'd have to face each other afterwards. Finish.
I'm thinking though on the aspect of your betting tables. Like, could you imagine like having this of the champions return to the ring? Like,
Well, son of the
As you
champion.
are probably aware of, betting is not legal here in Waterdeep. Hence why the prizes are so high.
well,
What do you think, Portia? Could we even handle 2 versus 4? I think I can handle a couple people myself. I think you could.
I could totally.
What do you say? Can't
in.
hurt.
I need to learn how you fight anyway if you're gonna be alongside Kaylin.
Interesting. The son of the Colosseum and a little woman
Been
versus
called worse.
She
multiple
is
teams.
very dangerous. Not that he's actually seen her fight, he's just hyping her up a little bit.
At least you stopped insulting me.
No, he didn't insult you, that was out of character. No, yeah.
Very well.
Okay.
Let us see what the son of the Colosseum can do.
I bring out 10 gold and hand it to her. And I said I would like to have missives in case you do open the Colosseum again. I would love to compete once more. Actually, it was 25 gold. That was 10 was for the. I'll pay the 25.
All right. You take his money, handle it. And then, you in the leathers, are you just a tag along of theirs?
Do you guys feel comfortable going duo against those odds, or do you want help?
I don't think they offered an
It's-
option like that.
It's either the 2 of them or 6.
I will be a tag along and be here to help
We are
out with
moving.
any injuries that you have.
Oh, before you go, I do have a recommendation in case you're looking for entertainment of the evening of the tournaments and maybe even multiple tournaments. I have as a companion of mine, Kaylin Quinn, who seems to be making a name for herself. He kind of glances over at Doug with a U.
No, everybody knows Kaylin now. Yeah.
She would
I do
love to
not
perform.
know who this Kaylin is, but I am familiar with the Quins.
She's quite a talented performer, and she would love to perform for your crowds.
Is this a recommendation from the Son of the Colosseum?
That it is.
All right. Then we will allow her to perform just before your match.
Understood. I will let her know.
That's
That
quite a
match will be
recommendation.
held tomorrow.
Understood.
Oh, I
At
thought it was all
high
going down
noon.
today.
At high noon tomorrow,
Is there
you
any
will be reintroduced. It's high noon.
Portia,
It's high noon.
we might have to go speak to AV on one last thing. Hopefully they haven't closed yet.
Okay. Well, you go ahead. I'm gonna hit up the magic shop when we're done here. We'll talk.
Okay, understood. Doug, do you want to come with me or continue with Portia?
I'm actually going to.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't think I caught your. Is she still?
Oh, yeah, you're right. How rude of us. Portia.
I appreciate you taking the time to come speak with us. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it as well.
You are both very welcome.
And so tomorrow at high noon, correct?
Be here before then.
Of course.
We will send the information to you soon.
Troll
As you
School
are the
Manor.
last minute entries for the teams of 2, we obviously do not have that information readily available. We will send someone in the morning with when you should arrive.
Understood. Thank you so much. We will take our leave.
Okay, he turns and he bows before he turns, and then
Okay.
goes with. He mentioned. No, sorry, I apologize.
As you guys are kind of walking away, there's starting to be some whispers in the crowd that's there. As since you guys walked away, they're accepting another group of 6, and the whole thing about being the Son of the Colosseum was not a quiet event. That was not whispered. That wasn't like behind any doors.
It was right there in front of everybody.
Some
Perfectly fine
people
with me.
do seem to understand, do seem to recognize the name of Kaylin Quinn as well. So now there's like this whole hype train going down the line, and the stories that are being told through the telephone system are even more outrageous than what it started with. By the time you guys are walking away, apparently the Son of the Colosseum and Kaylin Quinn are getting married in the Colosseum tomorrow at noon.
Oh my god!
That's gonna be a lot of gold required.
Yes.
I love it.
That's the rumor about as you guys are walking away.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
You better get a waxing first. Let's put it that way.
Jesus Christ!
Rough.
Wow.
No, smooth. I want smooth.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
dear.
I just told you,
Okay.
man.
All right. So you guys are heading back towards the.
I think we went different directions.
We did.
Well, technically, you're going the
Yeah.
same direction
Oh,
because
I
the
didn't
magic
know.
store is first, and then it's the blacksmith store. But as you guys are headed that way, we will transition back over to Adnan and Tegan as you guys arrive back at the tavern, where it's just Leaf there.
Now what?
I don't know.
Masters, did you procure the sampling?
We got a sample of something.
I didn't.
I'll hand Leaf one of the 2 glasses that I snuck out of the tavern.
Okay. Leaf Cade takes it and looks at it before drinking it. Interesting. Blackberries, sugar, cinnamon, apples. Yes, I believe I can reproduce this.
Can you do it
I will
in
need
large
some
quantities?
materials to do so, though. I need a distilling kit.
What's that?
I know what that is. We'll get you one. What else you want?
Basically, actually, you could probably go over to the elemental people who were here last night. They should probably be able to make something. They seemed very friendly to the group. Maybe
There
they
was
can.
people here last night?
Yes. So there was the blacksmiths, I believe, an Avy and an Imbrick.
Where do you think you got powder from?
That was just last night, sir.
They gave you powder. They're like BFFs to you. But they didn't give you powder as much as they gave powder to the group, and like a child on Christmas, you ran to it, snatched it up, and disappeared.
I must have been really shit-faced.
Do you remember Caitlin taking off half her clothes and singing and dancing?
No.
Yes, that was amazing. I could not believe that she had the mole there. That is strange.
Had the mole.
Caitlin didn't take
was
off her
kinda-
clothes there.
It was
Hey,
very
you're not
fluid.
there. Hush up.
It was almost like the mole sang at the same. It was weird, very mesmerizing.
Wow.
As Leaf looks over at Adnan, he gives a very obvious light off, light on his eyeball.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
I'll go
I
talk
will
to the
need
elemental
about 100 pounds of blackberries, 50 pounds
Holy
of
shit,
apples.
that's a lot of blackberries.
Well, the other master there said large quantities.
How about medium quantities?
I mean,
Special
I-
reserve quantities.
like small batches?
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to shit 100 pounds of blackberries, to be honest with you.
I mean, didn't we create all the contracts? Could not that be part of the food stock?
Well, goddamn, Leaf. Like, you're fucking genius.
Look at
Should-
you using your big old brain.
Should I just procure the ingredients?
I think you should. In fact, you should handle everything with that, okay? Absolutely everything. I'm gonna
I will need
Look at
some
Adnan,
spending
be
money
like,
though.
Possible deniability.
What kind of spending money do you need?
Well, the distillery setup will be kind of a custom item. I am not sure what your friends will charge for that. Is there perhaps a tab over there that I can just put things on?
I don't know. Is there? You should find out.
Okay. I will do so.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. If you tell them that Doug sent you over to talk to them, that might actually persuade them to do a tab if they've never done one. They're very fond of Doug.
Yes.
And if it was a
Everything
personal,
needs to be from Doug.
Doug could go back and express his gratitude at another time when he's not quite so busy. Whatever, just keep throwing Doug's name out there, and that Doug is willing to work off the debt.
Okay.
You're very good with your words.
Should-
I'm sure that you'll be able to navigate those rocky waters.
Should I show up as Doug?
What? You can do
That's
that?
a great idea. You should. That's twice in one night, using your big old brains. I think it's a fantastic. Adnan, this is a great idea. He can become Doug. Go get it.
I can look like him, or when he is sleeping, just possess his body.
Either or.
Well,
It's
let's get
all
back to
Doug's
this.
idea. It's Doug's, you know.
You can look
And
like
Adnan,
anybody?
we weren't even here, okay? You know what I mean?
Can you look like anybody?
Whoever I have seen before within, but I can't, it's not a permanent thing. It eventually goes away.
Do a trick. Show me. Turn into Kalen.
All right.
I just want to say fuck you
what-
all.
So I've only seen Kaylin in the one outfit. So, and
Can you ad-lib? Can you go rogue on the outfits?
I mean, within reason, I cannot be naked,
Use that big
Kaylin,
old brain. Get that imagination wheel spinning.
as I've not seen her naked without
Sure.
a mole. Anyway,
Show us sexy
but
Kalen.
an outfit. What is your interpretation of sexy?
Naughty
like I
school
can-
teacher.
Naughty school teacher.
Dirty librarian.
Really? Naughty school teacher? Come on.
Dirty librarian. Okay. I will try the dirty librarian. And as he moves his hand over his face, as the hand goes down, the blonde hair of Kaylin shows up. And except that there are pieces of glue and paper stuck into the hair, as bringing the face down, it is Kaylin, but there are bags under her eyes. She's got these terrible glasses cocked off to the side. There's bits and of like dirt and things as she brings down the rest of the outfit of a librarian's gray robe, which looks to have pieces of moss growing onto it. Here is my
Adnan,
interpretation
you're fired.
of
You're never
the
allowed to use your imagination again.
Mental note.
of the dirty librarian.
He takes it literally. Next time we're gonna say naughty librarian. Well played, Leaf. Well played. I appreciate you leaving something to the imagination on that.
You're welcome. And he dispels that. However, I can't do that but once a day, so now I will have to go as myself. Or possess his body when he's sleeping.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Doug's good with being possessed at any point.
You know what? Hey, Adnan, I still got this one drink left. When Doug gets here, let's shotgun this with him. We'll give it to him. We'll have some from Potter. Well, he'll be out like that. I mean, absolutely 3 shits to the wind. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah, we could play. I could rig up a
Man.
card game, and he could lose the card game, and have to do shots.
Okay.
Or we just do
Oh.
shots.
Or we just
Are
do
we-
shots.
Are we trying to get him to drink the drink?
Yeah, we want him to pass out.
Leaf, it's not about
Right.
try. Do or do not. There is no try.
Well, he seems to be a nice young gentleman. I believe if I just ask him to try this, I believe he just will.
I think that's a good idea. I think
Okay.
that was all 100% your idea, Leaf. 100% your idea. I like where you're at. Using that big old brain.
If that falls short, we could always just knock him out. You could take him. We'll call that Plan B.
Plan B, smack him in the back of the head with a chair. We'll blame the walking beef burger. It'll be great.
We just said we saw a bug. There was a spider. We were doing him a favor. We know what happened last time we saw spiders.
Absolutely. We understand. 100%.
Oh my gosh.
All right, high five.
You've broken the god.
Yeah.
Good talk, Leaf.
Where's Doug?
By the way, while you guys were gone, the food stock will be delivered tomorrow, and the bar stock will be 2 days from now, so the day after the morrow. Tally was by. The beds and trunks are already upstairs, and I believe that's all the update I have for you today.
Great, Leaf. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. Okay, where's Potter?
The tavern's
you
not
have him,
closed.
sir. Potter was not left in my possession. You took him last night and have not returned him.
Damn it, Adnan, this is what happens when I'm sober. I lose shit.
I swear to God, if you lost Potter, like, you're
He's
getting
up in my
possessed by
room.
Leaf.
He's up in my room. I left him in my room. I
You
wouldn't
better go
take
check right now.
too
Go get
precious.
Potter.
I'm
This-
on
Hold on.
like a striped ass. Here I go.
All of a sudden, the green that was Cade or that was Leaf is gone from Cade's body, and Cade goes, Cade? Cade!
Hey, what's up, Squeaky
Cade,
Wheel?
Cade,
Yeah.
Cade.
Hey, can you bring back the other guy we were talking?
And then, yes, Potter is upstairs in the room you slept in last night, sir.
Fantastic. You couldn't have brought him back down. Huh?
I would have
Okay,
had to take
know.
him the long
Hey,
way
hey,
around,
you know
and
what?
you requested
I will
my
go get
presence immediately.
You exactly. Stay here. I'll go get it, and I'm gonna on up to find my best friend.
Hey,
And
Leaf,
on a new side table next to a new bed, there is a clay pot, which appears to be Potter.
Appears to be
Well, as you take a swig, it definitely is.
good.
Leaf,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
bring Potter back downstairs.
did you talk to Tally when he stopped by?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever catch his last name?
I did not ask it, but I can the next time I see him.
If you could. I'm just curious.
Certainly. I can definitely do that.
All right. Anything we can do for you, you do a lot for us.
I mean, I shall have my clothes soon, and I shall be properly attired to match more what my token looks like. But no, sir. I have been given tasks, and I will complete them.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's a
I'm gonna
token?
come walking back in the room right when I heard about the clothes remark. I said, that reminds me, tonight, when you're Doug, make sure you got on some tight clothes.
His leathers are already tight. Is that not enough?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if you wanted to make the front bump a little tighter, it might help. Negotiations.
Accentuate the moose knuckle.
Is this that sex appeal?
That
Yes.
is, yes.
So
they said
should
you
Doug
couldn't
not
keep
just
the
show
old
up
dog
with a
tricks.
blanket and just open the blanket naked? Would that not be prime sex appeal?
That's more creepy stalker flasher guy, okay? We're not going for that level, all right? Remember, this is your idea, not ours.
Ah. I appreciate your assistance in my idea.
That's what I'm here for. Who wants a drink?
All right. So, Caitlin, at this point, you would probably be back at the tavern, as there. Who wants a drink? So, if you want to partake of a drink, you definitely can.
No, but when I head back until I walk in the door, I'm obviously the old woman again, and then I stop. You know what? Are there patrons in there, or just the?
No, the tavern's not open for 10 days.
That's
yet,
what I thought.
so-
Okay, just making sure. So I snap back to my normal covered self with a cloak on, without the hood up.
Okay. Portia, you come to the magic store, but the door is closed. It appears dark inside.
Okay, I'll keep
I'm-
going. I'll just.
I'm actually with Portia if
Yeah,
she was.
I mean,
if you're Portia, if you're
the
headed
three
to
of
the
you
magic
would
shop, I
stop
would
at
be
the
going
magic
with you.
stop first. So
the
the magic
Portia,
shop, the magic shop is first.
I could see like Portia like kind of like on her. I can see like I'm on my tippy toes, kind of like looking, trying to be like, okay, I don't think anybody's here. If he's not there, then I'm just gonna keep going. If it doesn't look
Okay.
like anybody's there, I'm not gonna.
It doesn't look like he's open at this time.
I can talk to him later.
Okay.
Ready to
do
go on
all of
back up?
you? I was about to say,
prefer
do
to-
all of you go to the Steam and Steel? Because I know Arden was saying he's going to the Steam and Steel.
Yeah.
No, I go home. I
Okay.
go back to the dinner.
Doug, if you want to help persuade, but I know you persuade a lot with them, I might have to do this on my own. Honestly.
I'm used to hanging out with them, so I'm happy to go with you to.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to see if they'll rent me a suit of armor for tomorrow. That's better than what I got if we're facing 4 people. So,
So as you guys are leaving the magic store, heading east, going towards the Steel and Steam, and Portia turns right down the alley towards the tavern as Leaf is coming out of the tavern and kind of just gives a brief hello over to Portia as the two of you meet with Leaf, and he goes, hello.
hello, Leaf.
I'm-
How you doing?
I am doing... I've never been asked. Interesting. I am doing well. I am on my way to the Steam and Steel.
So are we. That's interesting.
Coincidence. Shall we? Oh, perfect. Doug is here. My plan is working flawlessly.
Wait, you have
Your plan?
what kind of plan do you have?
Well, it is my understanding that Doug is on good terms with the owners of that establishment.
They definitely are.
And so I was, to use him to the best of my ability to get what we need. But it's just perfect that he's here now, all according to plan. Ha ha ha.
What do we need? I thought we had everything. So, that's perfect.
Master Tegan brought back a sampling of something interesting, and I will need a distillery kit in order to make it in larger quantities than what was delivered to me. So I am on my way to see if they can make such a thing and to gather as to what cost, as well as if they will take things on a tab as long as Doug dances for them.
And I look at him kind of confused, and I'm like, well, if that's part of the plan, and I'm sure
Yes.
Tegan knows what he's talking about whenever it comes to this new beverage, so
Mhm.
let's go have a talk.
Perfect. All according to plan. Ha ha ha. As you guys walk over to the Steel and Steam, it doesn't take you guys long. They're just around the corner. You hear ting, 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 as Imbric is hammering away.
Understood.
And Avi is just kind of sitting back watching Imbric do his work, and there seems to be a layer of even more than normal, a layer of sweat down Avi, as typically he's usually a little bit wet, but at this point he's a little bit more wet than normal. But seeing his good friends show up, Avi stands up and goes, "Hello, darlings. What can I do for you? What can we do for you? Hello, Doug."
Hey, AV, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic now that you are here. What can the Steam and Steel do for you, handsome lads, today? How
have
can
got
we service
so
you?
many favors.
Well, I prefer to offer an exchange for mine, although mine may be impossible to pull off, although you have done some amazing things, so maybe you can pull it off anyway.
Well, I'm gonna AV Embrick. We have Portia here, or Portia.
No, you don't.
You've met Portia.
You don't have Portia.
Portia,
No.
who you've met, and Arden are actually going to be competing in the Colosseum tomorrow, and
Oh.
Arden here is actually the son of former champions from the arena, and we just think that this is going to be really so good for our neighborhood. And the problem is Arden doesn't have maybe the best set of armor to be going in.
Yeah, I don't interrupt. I'm sorry. I guess I did. But I need better armor because they wouldn't allow us in unless I made an agreement to face 4 versus 2.
That's how brave this guy is. Like, this is how good this guy is.
And I feel like I need to even the odds.
Right. So
I
you're
was
looking for better
Wait.
armor for tomorrow?
I don't know if it can be done in time. Forging plate, especially to my size, would be difficult.
You're looking for plate. Oh, you do have expensive tastes.
I actually pull out of my pocket, my little pouch. I said, I don't think this covers it, but maybe it can be on loan in exchange for this until I can pay it off. And I reach out and pull out a diamond that Quinn gave to me. I don't know the expense of it, but I'm pulling out the diamond to see if I can get better armor.
I look at it and I go, dang! You've been walking around town with that?
I don't think anyone's gonna try me. Yikes, confident.
Are you still talking about the diamond, Doug?
I don't know the size of the diamond. It was kind of nondescript.
I'm glad you said diamond.
I'm looking into my notes. Hang on.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a diamond to cast Revivify, but I'm not there yet casting that level, so. Doing the loan shark technique.
As you set the diamond down, Avi goes, "Howdy, are you sure? That's a rather large rock there."
Yeah, I mean, I trust you of all people. You've been so generous to us. I don't think, and you vouch for them, correct, Doug?
Oh, well, they've been nothing but amazingly helpful and nice to us.
Then yes, do you mind if you keep onto this until I pay it back? It's not just so I can actually get the gem back in case I need to use it one day. Sadly, hopefully not ever.
So,
Collateral.
I mean, it's not exactly the kind of business that we have here. It's not. That doesn't help us to hold on to a diamond, not liquidate it.
Well, I don't think it would cover.
Though, that diamond almost covers the entire cost of a set of plate. If it was for your smaller companion, definitely would. But since you are much larger,
Big.
it's almost.
Well, could I just owe you? I unfortunately don't have much funds beyond this diamond at the moment.
I mean, if you're bartering up the diamond exchange for plate, I think we could make some sort of arrangements, as long as you don't mind some blasé advertisement on the back of it.
I don't
Hey,
mind.
Arden, show him your ring. Like,
I'm not
there's
giving him
so
my
much-
ring.
no, I'm just saying there's so much hype right now at the arena for this guy to show up. Like, this could be really great publicity. If he were to win wearing your armor,
The,
that's huge.
the only issue with that is it will always be there. It's not something that can just be taken off or done for one event. Could
Right?
Can we make it less flashy and more manly?
Then how will the people in the top row of the stand see that you're wearing Waterdeep's best plate?
Hmm. I prefer
And
not
you're
to.
asking for this to be done before
Tomorrow.
tomorrow's match.
Yeah.
You are
I'm
asking
gonna
for
buy.
a lot, my tall friend.
Okay. As long as we can agree that it's done on the back, and that in future adventures, not tomorrow, that I can wear tape over it at times. I don't have to
Oh
have
no. Oh no.
it. You
This
know
is
what I'm inventing?
permanent. This is permanent advertisement. Yeah, this is. Listen, I'll be upfront with you, since you
Mhm.
seem to not know. This diamond is 1,000 gold worth of diamond.
Mhm.
You're asking for, with your size, 2,000 gold worth of plate.
Yes.
I have to recoup the other 1,000 gold somehow. And
Understood.
while Doug here, who is looking good in my leather, does make a great point. If you are, as he says, the son of the champions, then you wearing my plate in the opening night of the Colosseum would be prime advertisement. But
I just don't
it
make it
comes
pink.
at a cost. It's going to be whatever Embrick wants.
I look at it and break. Can I get a gauge on what he's if he'll do me a solid?
Embrick doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you all, as he is currently breathing fire out of his mouth onto. It looks like he's
That is-
making a shield
that
and
is badass.
hammering it.
Understood.
And as the glow starts to fade, he puts his hand over it, and it just kind of erupts even more. Like he's controlling the heat of the metal and then hammering it.
That's amazing. Okay. It seems I have no choice. I accept your terms.
Most excellent. Is that
Return.
all the business you have today?
Ooh,
No,
has-
sir.
so-
Right. As you know, we are opening up the tavern, I believe, within a 10-day, thanks to your contributions of the guild paperwork that had to be done. Right, of course. So we are looking to open our own distillery, and to that I have I've got some basic drawings here. I was wondering if you could make them out of copper, and I need some glass beakers as well. All right, dear, let me see those drawings. Let's see what we can make here. And they start talking different versions of shop. One is describing how small the inner diameter of these tubings have to be, how thick the walls need to be out of copper. Like they are They're talking a language all on their own, it seems like. But they come up to, all right, well, I believe this could be done now. Since we have his current order and that we had to finish that shield, and then we're gonna have to work all night to get his done. Probably within the half a 10 day, we should have this done for you, Sir Leaf. Excellent. That would be most gracious. And as to the total cost, what would that be? And by the way, if it helps any, Doug will dance. Oh, he will he? In that case...
And I look startled. I'm like, where did this even come from? And then I shrug my shoulders and go, okay, I can do that.
How about this? Let's do this. Do the cost of the materials for everything you are requesting, Sir Leaf, is about 50 gold our cost. So, if you pay for the cost of the materials, and when the tavern opens, we get a private dance with Doug, we will call the labor paid for. Yes, that sounds most excellent, and Doug has already previously agreed according to my plan.
And I just look back and forth like, what just happened?
I don't know, man.
Now, this body no longer has those silver bars. Sir Doug, do we just put this on the tab that you opened? And Amy goes, wait,
so
Doug is opening up a tab? We've never had a tab before, but I like the idea of Doug owing me something. Unless you have the 50 gold now, sir.
I'm like, Leaf, we had the whole walk over here. Why didn't you tell me about a plan?
He did say you had a plan.
You never asked as to the plan that I came up with.
Well, I trust you, Leaf. I'm sure you got all this figured out. So.
Do you have one of those silver bars on you, sir, or are we opening up the tab here? I believe we will need more things back and forth as the tavern opens proper. Wares of plates and things, so I don't believe a tab is a bad thing to have.
No, I think a tab will work, and it will help with the whole books and records of running your own business. So I think that makes good sense. So if you can do that.
That reminds me, Sir Arden said something about a safe.
Yeah, we can put that on the tab too, I think.
Right, you did come earlier about that. Now, were you wanting the extra security features there, darling?
I think let us wait on the safe, and we'll discuss it again in a couple days. Because some people were for it and some were against it.
I can't only dance so long.
Before you need a rest between dances?
The match tomorrow is at noon. If there's a miracle that you can get it done before, say, 10, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, sir, since you are needing this done in a rush, if you would please come into the back room so we can get proper measurements.
Oh, dear God, I don't want to know.
Unless you'd like to take your armor and things off out here.
He definitely goes back to the back.
Okay. Doug, you just stand there with Leaf as Arden and Avi go into some back room. There's some kind of Avi's not awkward at all. He's a very professional person right now. He is just he's requesting that you get down to just your loincloth, so that way then you take your chain and everything else off, and he gets a piece of twine that's knotted every so often.
Understood.
And so he has you do this, and then do this. And then he takes measurements here, here, here. He does full body measurements, and then he asks about a helmet. If you want just a piece over the back, still keeping the horns, but then down your snout, in order to keep the top. Of the snout
having like
in between the horns.
Yeah, like one thing protecting above the nose, and then the rest around. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Then he takes all that. He goes, well, I think we can get the bulk of this done. I'm not sure. I think some of the pieces that aren't needed, like the helmet, probably won't be, but we'll get the bulk of this done, maybe. It depends on how good Embrick is feeling here after dinner, but we'll have something for you. Just we'll drop it by.
I really appreciate it.
No problem. And
I hope
some lovely muscles there.
Just remember, noon, and also Kaylin is performing, so that's fair to look forward to.
Interesting. That will be nice to see her perform. I haven't seen her yet.
Well, thank you again.
You are quite welcome, darling. So Adnan comes back out. Or not, sorry, not Adnan, different A name. Arden comes back out. Before you leave?
Before we leave, AV, do you happen to have any lodestone? Is that something that you have in like the samples of ore that you have available?
Lodestone?
Yeah,
perhaps.
It's kind of like a magnetic rock. There's some things that I use that my teachers tried to teach me when I was growing up that I haven't practiced for a while, and one of the things that I was trying to remember, I know required a little bit of lodestone. It's kind of like I think it's a magnet.
Right, it's kind of a darker gray magnetic, has some sort of minor magnetic property stone, yeah?
I was wondering, do you have, like, as you're going through the ore that comes in on shipments, do you happen to have any of that? And if you don't, not a big deal. Just wanted to ask while we're here.
I've got a couple of stones on me, yeah.
Yeah, could I purchase those from you?
Oh, honey, I'll just give you my stones.
Knew that was coming.
He goes into the back and hands you a small cloth sack. Here you go. Here's a small sack of stones for you.
Full of his load.
Sack up, Buttercup.
I was waiting for it. I knew he had something coming.
As soon as I heard stones,
I was just waiting for when it was coming.
Oh,
Got the
man.
cloth leather bag of 2 stones.
So here's my question. As much dancing as Doug has done, does he now get expertise in performance? Just checking.
Actually, because the player requested it, it's actually minus.
What's a request? It was inquiring. I didn't say Doug should get it. I said does.
Fair enough. Not yet. He hasn't done the private dance.
Why does Doug smell like Comet?
Oh, terrible. Anyway, I assume the three of you head back to the tavern. As Leaf walks in, and he goes, "Look who I found while heading to the Steam and Steel. My plan worked flawlessly."
Yes, your plan
Your plan.
is all your plan.
Absolutely is 100% your plan. Good job, Lee.
They said that the distillery information shall be available by the end of the 10-day. By the end of this 10-day, so within 5 days. And it only cost us 50 gold. And Sir Doug has to give them a private dance.
Wow, Doug.
All part of my plan.
And I'm just like, I look at Tegan and Adnan, and I'm like, he never told me what the plan was.
What did you ask?
No, you'd have went along with it anyways, buddy. You're such a good-looking guy, kind soul and all. But hey,
I'm glad we have that all sorted. But just so you guys know, Ardon and I have a fight tomorrow. At
That
Heist.
we do.
2 against 4.
What?
Yeah.
Are we all together now?
oh, so,
Am I
so
assuming?
it's you two against like the two of you aren't fighting each other.
Each
You're
other?
fighting.
Not yet. Not yet.
Portia,
That's like, what?
Well,
what were you thinking?
I'll be fine.
That's-
Lynn,
That is the dumbest
you have a
thing-
put now.
Can
No,
I
the
be
dumbest
there
thing
to help
is
you?
about what I'm about to say. Lynn, you have a performance right before we go into our fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh, damn! I'm not ready. I gotta come up with a song. And...
I also don't
This
think
is
we
crazy.
secured payment for your.
Oh, okay.
But maybe they'll throw coins at you from the crowd. I'm sure
Does
you'll
that
be
mean I can
perfect.
be near you?
I mean, you'll a little bit. I'm more concerned about you being in the middle of that Colosseum singing than I am about me being fighting in a two.
I hope. I assume I'll be fine. I don't see why they'd be mad I would sing, but
Kaylin, that's not what I'm talking about. You sing, people get rowdy. That's all I'm saying.
I'll sing a nice song.
You know, the best way to keep the crowd tame is to wear less clothes.
You know,
Adnan
I'm
has a
not good at
point.
math, but that usually doesn't add up, I found out.
You can help me, you know.
Well, you suck at math.
Fighter.
It's okay. Stick
I
to what you
do,
know.
but I know
Stick
2
to
plus
what you
2
know.
and it doesn't
Let's
equal
go.
5.
It's all in the hips. Okay? It's all in the hips.
You don't know anything about performing.
I do, and I'm telling you, he's right.
Yeah, but I'm better than you. So
I don't know why you have to go
Damn.
before we get on, because I don't like that idea. But
I
I
want-
didn't make the deal.
I feel like you're distracting us from the true story. Like, I want to hear
There
more
is
about.
no true story.
I want to
How
hear
about
more
this,
about the dead
Portia?
man walking. Like, you two are
Portia?
gonna go into an arena and take
Why
on
don't you-
4 people.
you can
Can I
walk
hold
me
your
out as a
gold before you
bodyguard.
go?
Can you what?
You
I
can
hold your
walk me
gold
out as a
before you go?
bodyguard.
I don't have.
Murder is actually
fine.
illegal inside of the Colosseum.
We might get, maimed badly.
Maimed is allowed.
Well,
That's
I
what
wanna
they
be
say to
part
the
of your team.
losers.
Yeah, until an injury kills you. Yeah.
I want to be right there to help you if you get hurt, Portia.
No, I'll be fine. It's nothing. You remember
You said
those
maimed.
You remember those fights I got into all the time growing up? It's fine. I promise.
So you want to be a
Okay.
ring girl?
You better
Kaylin?
take good care of her. That's an order. I'm your
Oh,
boss.
I got a
You
question.
should be a ring girl.
Portia, I got a question here.
Yeah.
Are you riding him into battle? Is he like your valiant steed?
Eventually, I think that's
He actually looks at Portia and is like, I look at Portia like, he's actually thinking about the battle strategy, if that's even a thing. Adnan, I did just
Little
secure a plate now
modification
for
to the
tomorrow.
plate for a seat. It'll be fine.
I just
my
secured
biggest,
my
my
biggest
biggest
now.
concern is, like I said, is Kaylin being in the middle of the Colosseum with us not being able.
You guys can come out, can't you?
I hope so.
Come out and escort me.
I'll come out.
It'll be a
I'll escort you
trio.
out.
Are you gonna have liquor?
I did not ask, but you can bring Potter if you really need to.
You don't want to take
Solved.
Potter to a crowded spot.
That's true.
Yeah,
you
I don't
do
want
not
to
want-
take Potter. Potter's
Take
afraid
some
of
of
crowds.
Potter and pour it in a water skin.
But apparently some people are gonna be disappointed because they're expecting a marriage between
What?
Ardon and Kaylin.
That's not happening.
Oh, that
Oh,
was the greatest.
congratulations.
About that.
Congratulations, you two. It
Please.
seems
Stop.
sudden, but
It's
I,
not happening.
I needed the laugh. Leave me
It's a
alone.
rumor. They
You can
do that
share
to
her
famous
feeling.
people all the time.
Rumor. Sounds to me like it's a reason to drink.
So at
Oh,
high noon
Who wants a
tomorrow.
drink?
That's
That
utterly
is you.
ridiculous.
Doug with the U.
Do you not have
cannot
any
go-
faith in me, Adnan? Come on.
Doug with the U, you cannot go around saying we've opened the tavern 10 days before we open the tavern.
You guys are going to be the laughing stock of the town.
You have so little faith in me. I'm not the one
at thi-
who's died yet.
At this point,
Yeah.
a couple of people walk in and go, right, so where's the drinks? We heard this place was open today.
What do they look like? Soldiers or guards or just people?
They look like fellow adventuring folk. One of them is a hearty dwarf, and the other one seems to be a gnome, actually. And they go, "Oh yes, as we were at the Colosseum, that bloke over there was shouting about how the tavern was finally open, how Caitlin Quinn opened the whole alleyway. We're still not sure how that happened or why the alley was closed, but right here we are."
Look here, gentlemen. Clearly
Before
there's
they
been a
notice me, I
mistake.
snap my fingers
I'm
and change my appearance.
I'm gonna.
I mean, they
point
would have already
at-
noticed you.
Oh, damn it.
I'm
Never
gonna
mind
point
then.
at Ardan when I say this and say clearly there's been a misunderstanding. You
Hmm.
can't believe half of what comes out of his mouth. It's all bull.
There it is.
But hey,
Well,
why don't you
I
guys come in and
guess.
have a seat,
Yeah.
and your good buddy Tegan will pour you a round of drinks.
And I'll go over and greet them and say, "Hi, I'm Kaylin. It's nice to meet you. I'm not really performing right now, but I want to come over and introduce myself. But I will be performing on opening night."
Doug, you might have to be the doorman to say that nobody's coming in after these two.
Wait, hold on. This is kind of
So-
good though.
You're
Even-
not open yet.
Not
no, no.
officially.
Not
You
officially.
can be our
I'm confused as to
pre-opening.
why the dandy man over there was shouting how y'all were open. There's quite a few of the maids from the Colosseum heading over here.
Oh,
Only
crap.
for the fighters. We're only open for the fighters. Are you guys fighters?
It's a preview day.
Sure.
By the way,
let's
be
do it.
nice to that man. He's my fiance. And I
We
point
have
to Doug,
one.
trying to shut down the
So
rumor of
that's-
the Minotaur thing.
That's true. You're all getting married tomorrow.
Not to the hairy, horny guy. The nice-looking guy.
This is great. I'm gonna keep pouring drinks.
Hey, take
To the
hand me
shiny
one of those
guy over
drinks
there.
right over there.
I'm so
He's a
Anyway,
great guy. You should see
Tegan,
him with a
right?
bow.
You said your name was
He
Tegan.
hits the
You're talking
spot
about
every time.
drinks.
Oh, drink.
Tegan, you said drinks. I'm here for drinks.
Let's have drinks.
Okay.
Hardin, go
As,
watch the door and make sure not many people come in.
I'll watch the door, even though it's not my fault that this is happening.
It's your job.
Arden, as you walk outside, there's like a huge crowd of 20 people heading down the alley. A couple of them you recognize from being at the Colosseum.
Do
Oh
any
my
of them look
God.
like the guards that wouldn't let us, that made us wait in line?
No, none of them. There's nobody in a guard uniform. They all appear to
Oh.
be in mismatched armors, very basic level adventurers, who or people who think they know more than what they do, or people who do know a lot. But they all appear to be coming together and heading
Hey,
your way.
boys,
I
get him
shot-
shitty-ass drunk. That way
I
they
sh-
can't fight well.
Arden, I got an idea.
Yeah,
Arden
yeah,
hasn't said anything to anybody. Hold on.
I'm gonna shout real fast. Tegan, find a way to pour a lot of drinks without them seeing that. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of people coming. We'll give them a taste of the house special. That's where, but they are coming, and it turns to Adnan.
So I'm on it.
At
Jack,
this point,
what?
Leaf
Don't
goes,
add, man.
"Wait, are we opening now?"
It's a soft
Stop
opening. Don't
stop
worry about it.
opening.
Don't get out the fine soft one. Silver with just
Okay.
a cup.
Just this.
Kaylin, you
Yeah.
needed some practice before tomorrow, right?
I guess.
Let's try one of them songs out.
At this
Wait,
point, there's
what?
now 2 Leafs.
Song.
Okay, I open the door and say that when they come up to the door, I'll greet them. I said, "This is a soft opening tonight. You're allowed to taste. You're allowed to have a one drink free of our house special room. Welcome." And please steps out of the way. Let them enter.
Let me just talk to you real fast before you do all of that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think we got mixed up. I apologize. Let me go.
Why
Rewind.
don't we just let the fighters in that you're gonna face get them really drunk and hungover so that when you fight them the next day, they're not at their best.
That's
Mhm.
what I said.
Yeah, that's a good
It
idea.
was Leaf's idea.
It was Leaf's idea.
Well, let's let them drink, and we don't know if we're facing any of these people tomorrow. But yeah, welcome to the Troll Skull Tavern. He tells everybody.
Wherever Lynn decides to sing from.
You went
just cut out.
quiet.
Hello?
Now I
There you
can
go.
hear you.
You're back.
You said wherever Lynn starts to sing from, and then you stopped.
I'll be lurking.
Okay.
You're gonna learn.
Like
Where?
within,
Okay.
within
I-
5-10 feet.
I guess I'll go
Okay.
to the area where the stage will be.
Do we think the stage will be here? By the
You
bar?
guys have no idea where that's
Don't
gonna
know.
be at yet.
It's in the
You
corner.
just
pointed-
you just set that up today,
Yeah.
Okay.
Arden.
I-
So
I-
you don't
Yeah.
know anything yet.
Just send him to me.
I'm
I'll take
asking
care
you, I
of it.
think this is a good spot for it. I think this corner up here, the problem with this corner is that not all the tables get a view.
We can discuss this later. We've got like 20 people
Yeah,
outside.
that's true.
And
This is an
as
improv
This-
show.
a
it's
bunch
between
of
the
people,
bar and the ceiling.
as a bunch of Powertooth bars, as a bunch of
Goddamn.
people start heading in, you guys watch as Leafcade splits himself into two, and there are now two Leafcades. And
That's a handy trick.
That's crazy.
One of them is starting to guide people to go towards different tables, and leaving kind of the bar itself open to you all, while the other one at the bar is pouring different drinks, or pouring the drinks. He doesn't do it above the bar. He is pouring behind the bar and putting a cup up. Behind the bar, putting a cup up. Behind the bar, putting a cup up. However, the Leafcade at the bar is not green. As Spectral Leaf is, there's now a fire lit in the kitchen, and there is starting to be a smell of some sort of roasted meat happening. As it seems
My
as
cousin.
though Leaf is split into three, and that's where we will end tonight's episode of Mythical Rollers. As
This
there
is
is
a
now
crazy
an
break.
all of a sudden soft open to Troll Skull Tavern.
Okay.
We need to
Doug
go
with the
Doug
U.
with a U.
Thanks, Doug.
I gotta
Yeah,
create
good
a
job,
set.
Doug, with a U.
Just start singing.
That's what
Gosh.
We
Not
gotta
for real.
make this a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Collect money.
Get money. We're getting advertising out there, and we're getting
Yeah.
the competition
And
drunk.
we have no waitresses, no prices set, and we're just kind of winging it. Just lovely.
Do we even
You
have a
guys can
mic
be
to
the wait
open
staff.
it?
Listen, you guys
Yeah.
have
I mean,
Leaf. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be
So,
fun. I'm
yeah,
sure
that
of
was
it.
fun.
That's great.
Wow. Hey, stick around, players, real quick. Everybody on
Uh-oh.
Twitch, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna go raid somebody random because we like to pass the level around, and we will be back Friday for Horde of the Dragon Queen. Oh, look at the cute little cephalopod logos. Aww,
Very
those
cool.
are so cool.
I like those. Those are adorable.
Those are pretty adorbs. If only I had my own. We'll get there. We just need to find an artist out there who's maybe watching the stream who wants to have some commission work. Send some messages to Mythical Rollers. Let's talk. Have a good night. Yeah, the squid one. Yep, squid one's a good one. Always have the squid one. And we are finally raiding. Woo! Holy crap.
I was like, what is
So-
that?
That